Friends, we've got an active weather pattern setting up across our area, and a much higher chance for tropical development appears to be less than a week away. Your forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi everyone, Rusty back at Meteo Mundo. Great to see you on a Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope things are well with you. Coming up in this video, we're going to be talking about some active weather across our region right now. We'll look at the island by island rainfall forecast for the week ahead, and then a deep dive into the tropics and what looks to be a higher chance for development starting at the beginning of September. You know, I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments section below where you're viewing from and what the weather has been like in your area. Let's get right into it here. This is our broad perspective, our enhanced satellite imagery, the live lightning data here at Meteo Mundo, and we have clusters of some pretty active weather across the region. We'll start off with a look at the surface map. Tropical wave here in the Atlantic Basin will be working its way into the Lesser Antilles. Now, there is already some healthy showers and storms, especially down in the Windward Islands, but a relatively active pattern will situate itself there, and then everything spreads off towards the west. And although this tropical wave is exiting stage left, there appears to be an abundant amount of tropical moisture for the Caribbean and even portions of the Bahamas for the week ahead. This frontal boundary, which really brought the Northwest Bahamas very active weather for basically the last week, is beginning to lose its influence. So the rain chances in places like Nassau and Freeport Lucaya are beginning to go downhill just a little bit. But let's start with the areas that are seeing the showers and storms. And we're going to get into the Windward Islands to begin with. My friends in Trinidad, Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Barbados up towards St. Lucia. Nice little shear axis here, just a lot of instability. Notice that this is not moving very much. So these showers and storms are developing. They're producing some locally heavy rainfall at the hour, a fair amount of lightning. Again, it is area dependent. Not your entire island will see this rain, but again, Trinidad, Tobago, Nueva Esparta, Grenada, Carriacou, on over towards Bequia and the Grenadines, St. Vincent, our friends in Barbados, up towards St. Lucia, all with a pretty darn good chance for some showers today, 25 to 50 millimeters in a couple of spots. Again, not island-wide, but those are the kinds of totals I expect to generate. Throw on the visible satellite imagery as well. Again, love this high-resolution visible satellite imagery. You can see those darker whites, those brighter whites, excuse me. Those are those higher cloud tops, and everything is just trying to shift to the north. You can almost see this shear axis, as I mentioned here, kind of going from west to east. So it's trying to get to places like Martinique and Dominica and Guadeloupe as we go through the remainder of this late Sunday. So generally speaking, the better chances for rain in the Lesser Antilles will be farther south for today, but can't rule out a couple of showers trying to develop even this evening and overnight into tomorrow morning for areas like Montserrat, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Bart's, Anguilla, all those places, and a passing shower is still possible for the remainder of this Sunday as well. And again, overall, there's still more moisture coming, guys. We still have the tropical wave back to our south and our west, which is going to continue to amplify some of that activity. So just get prepared for what's going to be, again, healthy rain chances over the next few days. It's been drier today in Puerto Rico and the U.S. and the British Virgin Islands. Let's take a look at our temperatures here because, again, we've mentioned it many, many times. As it's dried out, it's gotten exceptionally hot in some of these areas as well. So hopefully these temperatures, when I snap my finger, will pop on quickly. There they go. Nothing crazy today. Upper 80s, lower 90s Fahrenheit. Ponce got up to around 95. It can get pretty humid as well, though. So again, the feels like temperature is another big story. But again, is it the worst that we've seen? No. And a couple of passing showers up in the north central portions of the island, trying to cool things off a little bit there towards Arecibo and places like Isabela, just to the west there of Aguadilla. Showers and storms are more limited as you get towards Hispaniola for today, but it's going to get wetter here, all right? And again, these are feels like temperatures. You get to 110, that's 43 degrees Celsius. You get to 115, now you're talking around 46 plus Celsius. Very hot days, limited showers and storms in these areas. Don't expect there to be very much for our friends in Hispaniola. Turks and Caicos kind of in the same situation for today. A brief passing shower with our easterlies are possible. Don't expect a lot of activity there. Jamaica, again, have not had a lot of rain for today so far. We're trying to get a couple of storms to develop as we speak here in the late afternoon hours of this Sunday. Now notice that a lot of this is actually pulling from northeast to southwest, still the western sides of the island, but a little bit farther inland. Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, St. James parishes, we'll see some showers and storms for today. They'll move more south than anything, but I would expect them to also try and build west towards Negril, Lucy, Montego Bay, Black River, Treasure Beach. Might get as far east as Mandeville for today, maybe Maypen, and I can't rule out another isolated shower storm developing in the eastern half of the island. But again, rain chances are somewhat paltry for now, but they'll be going up. All right, they'll be going up for my friends in Jamaica. We've had better rain today through portions of Grand Cayman, at least a few isolated showers and storms there. You can see the lightning strikes. It's been relatively quiet right now for a little Cayman and Cayman Brac. Continue to see healthy showers and storms over Cuba almost every afternoon. That also goes up to the Straits of Florida and the Florida Keys. One active area today also has been the Yucatan, Cancun, Cozumel, Tulum. Showers and storms here, building from the south and lifting to the north. And so instead of pushing inland, they are staying along the coast much more than they have been. It's just been wetter along the coast, Quintana Roo back down towards Belize, Chechibal there, San Pedro, Belize City, all with some showers for today. Sure, it's still area dependent. Not everyone's getting it. It's a little bit drier the farther south that you go. Some of the storms are now beginning to build inland, and then they're hugging the northern coastline of Honduras, so near Roatan, La Chiva, San Pedro Sula, all with decent rain chances for today. And these showers and storms will continue to develop in the Western Caribbean and push inland. So we'll get better rain chances along the eastern sides of Honduras, Nicaragua, already getting wet in Panama, Costa Rica. We'll see about the same situation as well. Then my friends in the ABC Islands for today, it's nice to talk about the opportunity for a little bit of rain here. You can see on that infrared satellite imagery. Let me go to the Viz satellite imagery as well. Notice that clouds are moving in two different directions. You actually have some mid-level winds developing off of the mainland. Then you have the low-level easterlies coming through. That convergence of winds is trying to fire up a few showers and storms at the area at this point in time. Feels like temperatures, again, 110 and above, and Curacao, notice that these numbers haven't come down, so at least at the sensors, we haven't had a lot of rain. It looks like Aruba is going to be the best chance for some rain for today. Bermuda has a few showers off towards the west. It's been drier in the Bahamas for today overall. Generally speaking, just a couple of showers and storms developing at the hour, some pushing off the east coast of Florida towards Freeport, Lucaya there, and Grand Bahama. Also a few storms near Andros, but a lot of the rain for today is actually trying to build north, and even some of the storms are pushing west. So we've kind of flipped the pattern. Without that instability and without that west to east wind at the mid-levels, the rain chances overall for the central and especially the northwest Bahamas have dropped down a bit, and then will continue to be lower to start off our week. Friends, as we get into the forecast portion of the video, I really appreciate you guys taking just 1 second and hitting the like button. It helps out the channel more than you think. And again, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing to Meteo Mundo. If you've been looking for your daily forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas, you found your home. We have a great weather community. Thank you for joining it. Thank you for sharing this video with your family and friends. Thank you for finding other ways to support the channel, including our memberships, just 99 cents a month, and other ways you can find in the description below as well. Okay, so forecast time. We're going to break this down. We're going to go over the next few days, and we're going to go island by island. Then we're going to kind of get into what I expect for the week ahead, and then we'll talk about the potential tropical development and a higher chance for that as we push into the weekend ahead and especially into next week. So let's fire up the models here. We'll start off, of course, with our reflectivity. This is going to give us an opportunity to see what the rain is going to be like over the next several days. Now, I mentioned that it's going to stay wet in the Lesser Antilles. Again, this is just kind of a shear axis, more local instability with the showers and storms for today. But all of this is going to start pushing off towards the west, and things are just going to get wetter and wetter overall for these areas here. So first of all, let me just make sure I have the model loaded that I want to real quick. Give me just 1 second here, guys. There we go. All right, so this is the one I wanted to show you. And again, for Anguilla and Antigua Barbuda, Guadeloupe, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Martinique, north, all of our areas north from St. Lucia north, we'll continue to see scattered showers moving in. Still some good chances of Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad, Tobago, south for today, tonight, tomorrow. And then rain chances there fade a little bit and improve the farther north that you go. All right. Starting off relatively dry in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, rain chances will come up fairly appreciably in these areas. Same situation for our friends in Hispaniola, Santo Domingo, Punta Cana, Port-au-Prince, Puerto Plata, Lacai, all with better rain chances beginning tomorrow, especially into Tuesday and Wednesday. So trying to cool things off a little bit in the afternoon, bring you some relief from that heat. Just good tropical moisture in play here, guys. Fairly breezy easterly winds as well. Notice this kind of spirals up, brings better rain chances to the Turks and Caicos, southeast Bahamas as well, towards the Acklins. It doesn't get as far north as Exuma, Cat Long Island, and then especially up to the northwest Bahamas, where rain chances will actually flip. Instead of being the highest up on the northwest side of the islands, rain chances will actually be a little bit better down towards the southeast and the Turks and the Caicos. Cuba's rain chances will stay high. My friends in Jamaica, here we go. So now we're looking at, again, just better rain chances for the entire island, somewhat starting tomorrow. Think even better Tuesday, Wednesday, and this could drag on for most of the week as well. Thursday appears like it could be fairly wet. Now, again, look, is everyone going to get the heavy rain? No. Is everyone going to get the rain before it gets darn hot outside? Of course not. Some of this will obviously fall more late afternoon, early evening, but there could even be some morning rain coming back through the area as well. So we could see some showers to try and cool things off earlier in the day, but it feels like temperatures could still hit 110 or 43 degrees Celsius. But Kingston, Portmore, Spanish Town, Hope Bay, Ocho Rios, my friends in Mandeville, Montego Bay, San Lamar, all with higher rain chances coming in. And some of this could be a few inches of rain, 2 to 3, 50 to 75 millimeters. This will expand towards the Cayman Islands as well. Again, scattered in nature, but the moisture is going to be there. So higher rain chances coming, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, one more drier day tomorrow, and then we're getting better. Hey, guess what? Stays wet for the Yucatan and Belize and the rest of Central America as well. Spiraling in, some of this will be morning activity, okay? Still moving from east to west for the most part here. No area I'm going to favor too much. Would expect there to be a little bit more moisture down towards Costa Rica and Panama, but relatively speaking, we still have high rain chances here, and we're still going to have some areas that are going to try and push 4 inches of rain or 100 millimeters of rain over the next 5 days. Still high rain chances there. ABC Islands. My friends here, best chance is today, tomorrow, okay? Could there be a few more showers passing by Wednesday? Yes. Is it going to be anything appreciable? Probably not much. Let's get you some quick passing showers. Probably the best that we can do, but let's just try and give you a little bit of that rain. Let me know in the comments section below if you've had any for today. At least there's a little bit more green on the map. Now again, none of this is tropical in nature as far as a disturbance, the tropical depression, tropical storm, nothing like that. These are active tropical waves moving through, but no development with them. And again, we get about 70 of these every year coming off the West African coast. This is why we get the fast-moving showers and storms this time of the year. And again, a lot of green on the map overall. So high rain chances will be the norm. Few more showers moving back into Bermuda on Wednesday after a couple of drier days. So let's go island by island, shall we? Northwest Bahamas, 40% tomorrow, 30 Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, we flip it to try and bring a little bit higher rain chance by late Tuesday, Wednesday into the central and the southeast Bahamas. Turks and Caicos rain chances also go up as well. Cuba's rain chances remain very good. Cayman Islands rain chance, just 30 tomorrow, but now we're building 40 Tuesday, 60 Wednesday. Belize, just kind of put that broad brush 50% in. There's going to be fairly wet areas in Belize every day. You got about a 50% chance to catch some of those showers. Cancun and Cozumel, not as significant, but still better rain chances overall, up to a 40% chance on Wednesday. Jamaica, 30 tomorrow, 50 Tuesday, 60 Wednesday, could be about as high on Thursday as well. So building higher rain chances mid to portions of late week. The Dominican Republic starts off wet and then slowly begins to fade. Same thing for Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, U.S. and British Virgin Islands, best chance overall tomorrow. Still some scattered showers in the forecast though for Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, when it's not raining, those feels like temperatures in Fahrenheit right around 110. Bermuda, 20% chance for rain the next couple days, 30 on Wednesday. Anguilla kind of bobbles back and forth. There's another axis of a tropical wave moving in on Wednesday, so we'll start to see the rain chances overall begin to creep back up. Antigua Barbuda kind of being out east, have about a little bit better chance. We'll be tapping into that moisture a little bit earlier. Montserrat, still not bad, 50 tomorrow, 40 Tuesday, Wednesday. Guadeloupe, 50% chance the next couple of days. Same thing for Dominica. Martinique looks pretty good. The rain moves north with this next system. So on Wednesday, you'll see from Martinique south, I've dropped the rain chance a little bit, but Still, decent rain chances, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Barbados, 30 to a 40. Same thing for Grenada. Nothing very widespread for the Windward Islands, but the rain chance is still going to be there. Suriname, Guyana, not as high as we've seen, but still some scattered showers. Nueva Esparta's best rain chances tomorrow. Then their rain chances fade away. And it's about the same thing for the ABC Islands. Again, would love to get more rain in the ABC Islands tonight, tomorrow, before things dry out just a little bit more. So we're still going to have our easterlies. If you take a look at the waves and the directions here, that next wave coming in is going to throw in some higher sea conditions, especially in the Leeward Islands. You see those brighter blues, 6-7 foot waves are possible there, and a second one coming in over next weekend. So again, if you look at the timing on the top right of your screen, notice the blues marching in on Wednesday, especially for the Leeward Islands. They'll also be fresh across the ABC Islands and then some up towards Bermuda as well. Those are the areas that I'm highlighting. Atlantic side of the Bahamas will also see some stronger winds and waves. Now, rain looks to be pretty darn high, right? Remember, we're not even talking about a tropical depression or a tropical storm coming through, and we have a lot of red on this map. This is just over the next 7 days. Again, anywhere in the oranges is at least 2 inches of rain, 50 millimeters. You get into the brighter reds, though. Now you're hitting 4 inches of rain. Now you're hitting 100 millimeters over just the next 7 days. Still a good chunk of the northwest Bahamas through the central Bahamas, a lot of Cuba, most of Jamaica, Cayman Islands, pretty much everywhere in the Yucatan and Central America, 2 to 4 inches of rain, 50 to 100 millimeters over the next 7 days. Again, it's a little bit spottier, although we'll favor the southern side of the Lesser Antilles overall, and it's more passing variety here in the Greater Antilles, but still the opportunity to put a couple of inches of rain on the ground in a few spots. Okay, back over here. This is the GFS model. It's about the same, just to show you guys that. And again, just some of the spots that could have more rainfall. If I just zoom in real quick, you can just see how wet Central America is going to be. We're not going to deep dive into this graphic, but again, on the GFS here on my weather system, I can plot this, and you just get the idea that when we average this out, you're going to see a lot of grays, which push into that 3, and then the oranges are more than 4. So the GFS and the European are very much similar as far as that goes. Has a little bit more rain, even especially on the Haiti side. That would be great to get about 2 inches of rain north of Port-au-Prince. You can see again, eastern side of the island, Vieques Culebra, 2 to 3 there. A little bit less for the rest of Puerto Rico, except the northwest side towards Isabela and Aguadilla, places like that. There's your, and I'm way off, I know, but there's your Lesser Antilles again. A couple of spots here towards Dominica, Martinique, and St. Lucia that could be pushing over 2 inches of rain. Okay, so now we're going to get into the tropics and what I'm expecting here over the next week. First of all, obviously things are still quiet right now. Okay, we have this tropical wave, but it's not going to develop. We have another one coming off the West African coast, and the trend has been this. They look really good as they move off the West African coast, but then as they actually get into the open waters, their signature just really begins to fade. And again, there's 2 big reasons for this as of now. First is much cooler water down the western Atlantic coast than usual, farther south in latitude, and a fair amount of dry air that's coming around the eastern and the southern side of our Bermuda High. Much deeper layer of drier air than we would typically expect to see. Again, ocean temperatures right now along the west coast of Africa are a big story because they're running right now in the low 20s Celsius, 72 to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And these waves are coming farther north off the West African coast in latitude than what they typically do. So they're not running into this high latency heat sea surface temperature air as they push off towards the west. Now, eventually, that's going to flip around a little bit here, and things look to probably improve relatively quickly. And then you notice that if these waves can develop, if they run into this area here in the main development region, again, you're looking at upper 20s to lower 30 Celsius in sea surface temperatures all the way through the Caribbean and into the Gulf of Mexico. So again, looking at the models, we'll start off with the European model. This is for the first week of September. We'll start on the 30th of August with no development, but as we go deeper into the first week of September, more and more signals. Again, main development region of the Atlantic, the far western Atlantic, and even a few signals in the Gulf of Mexico as well. Notice where that clustering is. Again, developing fairly close to the Lesser Antilles. They're quick risers, meaning that they move north in latitude relatively quickly. But again, these signals have been fairly consistent on the European model. The same time frame as well. We're not seeing the European model, the GFS, back it up anymore, right? So it's not like oh, we're just going to develop a storm in the 10-day time frame. Right at the end of August is the first kind of signs, and then they just get more and more as we go through the first week of September. So we'll watch that. This is again the European model. When I show you the GFS, it has a few more development areas in the main development region of the Atlantic, but still clustered east of the Lesser Antilles, north of the Greater Antilles, lifting north, couple of areas in the Gulf of Mexico, and this is the same time frame, friends. This is the first week of September. Notice that the European and the GFS are relatively clustered as far as where they're signaling the highest chance of development. Now, for the next week ahead, meaning the next 5 days through Friday, not expecting anything. It's starting next weekend. We're going to start to really look to see if some of the waves coming off the West African coast have more punch. It would still be several days after that into the next week where we might actually see development, but that would be the first signs, in my opinion, as to when I would expect to see a wave trying to organize itself a little bit more. If I go back over here, and this might just take a long time, but I'm going to show you that low-level vorticity product I like to show you guys. And if it doesn't take forever and a day, I'm going to try and load it all the way through the 10th of September. We'll see how it goes. I loaded it up before the show, and so it loads some, but this is a lot of data on one graphic here, but my system does a pretty darn good job. So again, this is spin in the atmosphere. It's not at the surface, okay, but it is a composite of the low levels of the atmosphere. And I use this as a product to help me look for those areas to keep a close eye on. There's one, not this one here, it's this one here coming in late in the month and then at the beginning of September. Not that one yet. Here it comes right here. This is an interesting feature to watch to see if something can maybe happen as it heads towards the United States East Coast. But the bigger signal is this one right here, right at the end on the 10th. So let me stop it and show you that. That would fall in line with what we were looking at. There's just more spin, more vorticity in the atmosphere with that particular one. Now again, we're pretty far down the road here, and I get that, but compared to the signals that I'm seeing for the end of August, this is a much bigger one. If I swing over to the winds, and I just single frame this out to the last frame, so under that vorticity, we have this surface wind, okay? Not the most wrapped up system, for sure, but again, that's the highest sign on the GFS. It is the end of August. It is early September. It has been quiet. We'll see how long that's going to continue. More than likely, though, as we kick off September, it's going to be a lot more active out there. Many more things to monitor. Friends, I appreciate you following us across all social media, Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. You want to send me a picture or video to use in one of these videos, yes, mymeteomundo@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to Meteo Mundo if you haven't as of yet. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Let me know what's going on. Drop it in the comments section below, and I'll see you tomorrow with the latest right here at Meteo Mundo.